good's that, eh? How good? Hope everyone's had a good day. I'm going home, cook some dinner and chill out. I'll pretty much still be, what am I going to do tonight? Couple of rugby league shows that I watch, and there's a couple of podcasts. That's what I do. During the footy season, it's kind of, don't watch any shit, don't watch reality TV. That's for gronks. Don't really watch much Netflix, that's for gronks as well. Well, not really, but so cruising home, and I thought, you know what? We'll put it out there. We'll stream, and we'll, you know, because I can. Oh, this bloke. Tuk. I reckon you're the mincer. Such a pommy word, that. Mate, I'm good. Did me 9 hours. Now I'm in the showers, so to speak. What's that song? That's from Ice Cube. G, 8 hours and hit the showers. What's that song? Little Ask G, or one of those ones. Showing me age, yeah. Bit of 90s rap. Ice Cube before he mellowed, when he was all badass. It's good. Been a good day. I love it. Still this time of year. We're probably about 8-9 weeks away when I come out of the office, and it'll be black, like dark, which I don't like. It's definitely like coming home with the sun up and going to work with the sun up and coming home with it up. That's what I like. It's depressing going to, when I've worked in jobs when I've left and it's dark, and I go home when it's dark. Nah, I didn't do any walking today. The only walking I did was around work. Mate, I gotta get back into it Sundays today. Back into it Sunday, then I'll get a routine going, and I'm gonna do a bit of gym. Join the gym. Gotta lose another 10 or 15 kgs before I go to Thailand in October. How good's that? Twice in 1 year. There'd be blokes in their bed sits, in the chat, you know, all them trolls. They'd be wishing they could go once a year, let alone twice. No names, obviously. No names, and you don't get in trouble. Can't get reported. Oh, nice. There we go. I'm on, as the proclaimers would say, I'm on my way. Yeah, well, I don't know what he's winning. He's winning the most rotund man on a balcony in John TM. That's about it. I won't even use his name. What I will say is I'd never be with a lady that I'd have to pay. He's around, mate. She's around, rebranded, new channel, and he'll be killing it. Because he's got a lot of support, Stu, because he's good at what he does. He's not the #1 live streamer in the genre for a reason. But yeah, I wouldn't pay any girl to be with me long term like that. You know, what is it, 70,000 baht? That's what I said to that fella the other day on Ben's. I said, when he said she loves him, I'm like, mate, she don't love you, she loves the money you give her. But neither here, let's not talk about him. He's a bully and a doxer. And a sad man, so I'm all about positivity, positive, good vibes, living your best life. You know, and life's good. You know, maybe 3-4 more years of solid work and at most, and then I'll be settled. It'll be good times. You know, the people I envy in Thailand are people like Thailand Bound and Warren Gerdes. The people that actually retired there, they put content out with their life in it. They put a voice. That Thailand Bound, he's a bit quirky, and he's a bloody fast talker. He's just like, but mate, he's informative. I think he lets the trolls in the comments get to him a bit, because his content's good. Like, they put shit on him, the poor bloke. Okay, he's a Pommy, and we all know Pommy's taste buds are a bit bland. And like, he'll do a cooking segment where we put a clip up of where he's cooked a shepherd's pie, or he's cooked a lasagna, or he's gone and had fish and chips, And people hammering more, you're in Thailand. He's living there. You're not going to just eat, you know, it's like when Thai people come and live in Australia. No, I'm not envious. Oh, mate. Not envious. She's very attractive. She's had the whole, she's physically a woman. Chanya's an attractive girl, but she's not my thing. Warren's a good fellow. I've met Warren. He's a fun dude. I met him, Niall, Mr. Mitch. Oh, I'm sorry for Dom was here. Dom with Andy, someone. I had a meat night at the Aussie Bar in Soy 7-1 in 2022. We had a grey night. It was big. They went to Pat Pong. We went with him. Me and Niall went off to Soy Cowboy and hit the drink. It was good. Good people. Most of the people I've met off YouTube have been cool. There's only really been one person who I've met off YouTube that's turned out to be a rat. And that's the fella in Phnom Penh. And, you know, if you know, you know. But yeah, you know, it's like too many people. And that's why I like, click the link. If you can, click your link on your channel. Put content out, whether it be a short. Just do what you want to do, because there's too many lurkers. You know, I will do it at one stage. I'll do a stream of all the hate messages I get that don't go through. There's some crackers, absolute gems. Like a bloke that asked me a question, how does he stop watching me? I'm like, bro, you mustn't be real smart if you need to ask that question. Hit unsubscribe. Off you go. There's some crackers. Like, I reckon I had about at least 15 telling me, don't go to Pattaya. There's people that are going to beat you. Well, we all know the history tells us that didn't happen. You just got to ignore that stuff and have fun and do your channel. My channel's in a good spot. I found a little sweet spot with these 3-minute shorts. I'll do these live streams, these little commute ones, because it kills time. I'm either doing this or I'm listening to the podcast, so I may as well give people some content. I leave them up because I don't say anything controversial or anything that I can be flagged for, because I'm a good boy and I'm sober. It's more those, you got to be careful of the live streams after you've had a few, really. You can say some loose stuff. But I'm lucky I had a couple of really good people in the genre that watch my streams I can trust, and they tell me whether I should delete it or whether I should leave it up, which is good, and those blokes know who they are. But yeah, alcohol and live streaming, not a good idea. You're just asking for trouble. So no, it's good. Probably not a lot of pommies on at the moment. I think it's pretty early there. It might be 8 or 9 o'clock if I'm right. Maybe even 7 o'clock. So it'd mostly be people in Australia or maybe some people in Thailand. Yeah, shout out Sick Buffalo. I think we'll see him back in a new rebranded, a new concept of a channel soon. He's a good fella, and he's a bit loosey-goosey, but hey, that keeps it interesting. That's what we want. We don't all want to be the same. There you go, a little bit of an update for the people that were asking earlier. I'm going past the servo. Petrol is 249.9 cents a litre. Diesel, wait for it, $3.10. That's insane. $3.10 a litre for diesel. The scary thing about that is when you think about logistics, getting food and all that around, trucks, what do trucks use? Diesel. So sooner or later, all that, everything that we eat, everything we buy is going to go up. Scary times in Australia. Shit government. So we're not in a good position to cope with this geopolitical stuff. G'day Sandgrove, how are you, mate? Be about 3:15 over there. WA, the most underrated part of Australia, that southwestern part of WA. I was talking to a lady about it yesterday. If it was closer to the east coast, it'd be absolutely packed with tourists all the time. It's beautiful over there. I could live there. be closer to Thailand. More direct flights. I gotta say, I'm not so I've pretty much got my flights covered, right? And I'm just gonna do same old jets. Singapore Airlines. So to give you a bit of, yeah, mate, I will. I'll do it on my community page when I'm done, brother. So let's talk flights, right? So I'm going to Hua Hin, it'll be Bangkok return, Brisbane to Bangkok return. So Jetstar post all this stuff about Brisbane to Bangkok direct. So I put my dates in. First of all, Singapore Airlines with a 2-hour stopover, which is stuff all by the time you go to one terminal to another, right? 12.84, very, very decent. So I jump on and I look at Jetstar. So going over there's all right. It's direct. $400. Now, just over 500, about 550, because you got to add on 20 kilos of luggage. You got to pay for that. You don't have to pay for 25 kilos of luggage with Singapore. Coming back, no direct flights on day. I have to wait in, so I'd fly out of Suvarnabhumi at about 9 o'clock, 9 p.m, and I'd get back to Brisbane at 5 p.m. because I've got to go through Melbourne. I'm just like, no. And it worked out like I'd save $100. My time's worth more than that. So Jetstar, thumbs down to you. I was going to give you a chance, but you're a shit. What we need, Australia's in a really bad spot. There's like, Thai Airlines hasn't come back post-COVID. Air Asia, they go Sydney bangers direct. They don't do Brisbane to bangers. And it's all because Qantas have got this little monopoly. They've been sucking up to the governments. The Prime Minister, there's like this Chairman's Lounge, which is like the most elite lounge that there is. All the government, the Prime Minister included, Prime Minister's son, are all members of it. So when Qatari Airlines wanted to run more flights into Australia, the government knocked them back because they were on the take from Qantas. Absolute joke. And what it's done is, whereas if you had Air Asia in here, if you had, all these other airlines in, flights would come down for us punters. But, but because we've got this Alba sleazy government, the most corrupt and inept government in this country's history of federation, it's just not happening. But having that rant, I'll take 1280, because it means a 2-week holiday to Thailand. I've got to say, my room in Hua Hin, I'm going all out. I don't really need one. It's going to cost me flights and accommodation for just over 2 weeks, about $2,600. Not even a fortnightly wage. So I kind of slipped some personal information out then. Oops, you better clip that. There you go. You all know what I take home a fortnight, roughly. If you're to Allen, Iowa, you better clip that. If you're to the Baconator in Brixton, you better clip that. Smell bacon. Is that in Brixton? Is that a burger flipper? Bacon. Oh, the Baconator. But anyway. So no, we'll do it. And the good thing about October is it means I can, if I go too much later, it gives me enough time to maybe go again in April or March. April, May next year. Which is good. That kind of 6 months is a nice little sweet spot. The other thing, going to Hua Hin over, cutting Phuket out, is I'm going to spend heaps less money. Hua Hin, and I'm not a cheap Charlie when I go away. I have a good time, but probably 2,000 to 3,000 baht a day is all I'm going to need. I walk everywhere there, or if I bolt's really cheap, Food's cheap. Like, we had an afternoon, a big afternoon at a bar, a restaurant bar. Two of us had a feed, and then we took food back to the motel, and then we probably had about, I don't know, probably 10 to 12 drinks each, and it wasn't even 2,000 baht. You know, so it was a fair session. It's just so much cheaper there. And I can see that's probably the main attraction with Pattaya. It is so cheap. You know, even if you're not into the adult Disneyland side of the game, it is cheap. You know, meals are cheap. You know, you could sit there, if you were that way inclined, you could sit there in Nikon Court, get up and grab your own beers for like 50, 60 baht. Go to the spaghetti stand, get your spaghetti for about 50, 60 baht, or your 100 baht burgers, and sit there and watch the world go by like a lot of the old blokes do. I've only been there once, actually twice, and it was on the same day. I went there once when, the bloke in John TM was streaming, and then I was supposed to meet up with the Scottish fella. So I've never been there since. It's not my thing. I'd rather sit in a bar and where there's sport and you get served and you chill out. Not a bad concept, but if you're an expat and you want people watching it, I know a lot of blokes stream from there, because that day that, you know, John TM Man was doing it, the bloke next to him, he was streaming, and so I get it. You probably, hey, you know, this is what Pattaya looks like. You know, I get it. I understand. Well, hello. Got a lot of people doing exercise and doing their running. Can always say, and I'm going to be really careful I say this, I don't know, it depends on where you are. They're called active wear pants in some places. Other places they're called yoga pants. Aren't they the best piece of women's clothing ever invented? Makes women look beautiful. Look at that. I've said it classy. I'm not sleazy like some people. Apparently there was a bloke, maybe a guy that likes baconator, we'll call him, got kicked off a lady's stream, a lady that was streaming that might be a bit of a bigger lady, but we won't hold that against her. Apparently this bloke got kicked off her stream for being creepy and being dirty. No names, but isn't that disgusting? Absolutely sickening. But what I would say is, would we expect anything else from that bloke? He's a full creep. Not a half creep, a full creep. You know, with some of the stuff that bloke said in the past. We're all good. So Wednesday, we're hump day. We'll sort of hump day. I'll do a half day Saturday because I'm a hard worker. We got, good thing about Wednesday is tomorrow the round of footy starts. We have Thursday night footy over here. And normally that's a good thing for me. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because Manly are playing tomorrow night, and Manly are shite this year. Not Tottenham's shite, but shite. And I think they're gonna get beaten. And it's kind of like, you know, if you follow any sporting team, they play on the weekend, they play on Friday night and they win, your rest of your weekend's good. You know, if they lose, it's a bit of a Debbie Downer, or you kind of just go, you forget about it. So yeah, hopefully they prove me wrong. And then next Thursday night, the night before Good Friday, so I don't work Good Friday, they're playing up here. They're playing at KO Stadium against the Dolphins, which is like 5 minutes from my house. So I got my tickets. My tickets are sorted today. They're hard to get because it's only got, KO Stadium's only about 13,000. It's only a little ground. I only played 2 games there. And I'm lucky I'm a member at Seagulls, so I got that. Nah, it's not true, bro. And can you do me a favour? I give you a pretty long leash, you know, the Minster Talk. Can you not mention, if you're going to, just call him the man in John TM or LGBTQ, Lima lover, just don't use his name, mate. I don't want to give him any airtime on it for his name. He hasn't won shit, mate. He doesn't leave his house. You know? How can you say you're winning when the only companionship you have, you got to pay 70,000 baht for a month? He's not winning anything, mate. Apparently the Brixton Bacon said he'd step in, he'd do it, he'd own the cutter, and he'd be that bloke's companion for 50,000. That's what he told me. So yeah, it is what it is, but mate. So yeah, I should be looking forward to them playing if they're playing good. Pricks. I bought so much merchandise this year too. They brought it. It's their 80th year, and they brought out some really good retro gear. And now I've lost a bit of weight, and I can get into the good sizes. Mate, I should be putting that money towards Thailand and getting fakes or some fake ones over there. But you know, I don't really drink much at home, so I don't really spend my money on beers and, you know, I live pretty clean. You know, no bad women, anything like that. So, got to spend your money on something, don't you? So, fucking traffic lights are annoying me tonight. Just quietly. Here we go. We got a green. So yeah, so we got that. So what is it? Round 3, and round 4. Next week's round 5. Then there's 2 weeks of games. Then I'll be there Anzac Day, Anzac weekend. It's pretty good. There'll be some Sydney content. I'll be pumping out the Sydney content, good people. We might, because what I'm gonna do is because I don't have to get anywhere in a hurry. Like an Uber, I'll give you an idea, right? An Uber from Sydney Airport to the Northern Beaches. Oh, hang on, I missed a comment there, sorry. Oh, no, the palms are everywhere, mate, in Australia. But yeah, give you an idea. An Uber from Sydney Airport to the Northern Beaches of Sydney, probably about $80, $90. So they're probably the equivalent. So what would that be? Probably about 2,500 baht. You get to pretty much Hua Hin from Bangkok in a taxi. You definitely you'd almost get to Pattaya to Suvarnabhumi and back twice in a taxi. So that's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a train from the airport to Circular Quay. Yeah, but that's a pretty famous part of Sydney, near the harbour. And I'm going to grab a ferry over to Manly. I'm going to grab the Manly ferry. So I might even do a lot if it's good. If there's good signal, I'll do a live stream. It's beautiful. When I used to live, I lived off like near Manly. When I lived down there, and people come down to see me, we'd always grab the ferry. We'd go to the city, get dinner, get some drinks, come back, and it's just nice sitting out there having a beer, because you can get beer, you get coffee on it, and just with air in your face, you see the seagulls trying to race the plane. It's really nice. So we might do a bit of that. I might even try to do on the Monday, because I fly out late, I might even go to Thai Town. There's a Thai Town in Sydney. So I might even wake up early, go for a walk in Thai Town. I don't need to be at the airport till probably about, I don't know, probably need to be at the airport by about 11:30. So I might wake up early, have a look at Thai Town, and go from there. There's no point doing it Anzac Day because it'll all be shut. But yeah, we'll check that out, because I've been to Chinatown in Sydney. Sydney's got a massive Chinatown. It's pretty good. Anyone used to come down. We used to go to the Nine Dragons for some yum cha. Yeah, so Sydney's known for their Chinatown, way bigger Chinatown than Brisbane. All that stuff's in a suburb called Haymarket, which is pretty central. But I didn't know this until recently. I think Pedro Chai might have did a video when his wife he's got a Thai wife that lives in Australia. Yes, so absolutely, mate. But the one thing you don't see me eating is pad Thai. That's not Thai food, mate. It's not national. I'm a pad. Mate, he's around. He's rebranded and be back, mate. He'll be back bigger than ever because he's the #1 streamer in the genre. Shout out to Stu D. I'm going to put his link up in my community page. Check it out. Give him a sub. He's going to be doing, from what he's telling me, he's going to be doing a couple of streams a week now. He's going all in. He's going to be good, just like he did with the ST channel. There he is. Pop your link in the chat, Stu. Let's get you up to 1,000 subs real quick. But yeah, do I eat Thai food? I do. I like pad krapao moo kai dao. Tom yum goong is very good. Having it with noodles. Cow soy, up on a nice northern dish. There you go. The new and improved channel. Mate, he's going to be, I'm probably going to see Stu when I'm over there in October. And a little birdie told me Stu might not be going on a holiday. He might be living there. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. You blokes know shit about the bloke. He's doing well. He's killing it. I'm proud of the effort that he's putting in. He's his own boss and he's doing well. He's a doer and a tryer, and that's all you want to be. All these sad people, they try to pull the bloke down. He's a winner. That's right, the good guys always win. Absolutely. But yeah, man, don't. And what you got to do, I don't know where you are, Tuk Tuk Mince. I mean, your nickname's Mince now, Tuk Tuk. Don't know where you are, but Thai food in Western countries is never the same. Hey, I reckon we can say goodbye to that Chicken Joe bloke. On your bike, mate. Stu, if you want to, you can feel free to hide that gronk. I think it might be the man in Phnom Penh. Either him or the bloke in Sunderland that, you know. Dom's in the house. G'day. Noonie. Oh, we got all the good guys in the chat tonight. I'm probably going to go for about 10 more minutes. Like I said, these are shorties. There we go. Shano's in the house. When are you going back, Shano? I'm locked in for October. I'm going to be there. I don't know when. So I'm going to be there the weekend of the Rugby League Grand Final. I don't know whether the AFL will be the same weekend. So I'm gonna be there that first weekend in October. I don't know whether the AFL are gonna do that, whether the last weekend in September. If they're there that weekend, I'll be arriving in Hua Hin as the grand final starts. There you go. So at this stage, Shano, I'm 10 days in Hua Hin, and then at this stage, it's going to be 5 days either in Bangers or Pattaya. I haven't made my mind up. I'm a bit torn. Don't know. Yeah, if you're watching, if you can you hit the like, get the Cambo rhythm happening? We do like that. It helps your channel. And we've grown about 30 subs since I've come back. And the views have been saying, oh really? Ben's been done. Yeah, I reckon I know why Ben's got kaboomed. Okay, I'll miss the AFL Grand Final. That bloke, definitely, as always, mate. But I can get it for Brisbane, the BKK, for about just under 1,300, so I'm going to take that. Yeah, look, poor old Ben, that guy, the LGBTQA plus guy from John TM, was on Ben's the other day being awfully racist and saying some pretty bad stuff that was flaggable. So I reckon that's where Ben's channel's gone. You just got to be careful. You blokes that do StreamYards, you're really going to have to be careful who you have on your channels. And StreamYards dogged me as well. They tried to take $70 out of my account, but I got it back. Oh yeah, Sports and Bar Soy 13, that was good. You just got to be real careful who you have on if you're going to do panels. Well, I think panels are done myself. I reckon panels are so 2020. I'd much rather come on, hold my own, keep my ideas. You get a little bit sidetracked as well. You got people, you're trying to make a point. You know, they might over talk or they might jump in and then you lose track of what you're going to say. So I'd just rather come on and talk to you good peoples. And if I was going to do a StreamYards, I'd probably limit it to myself and maybe one or two at a streak. That would be it. I think that's the way to play the game, in all honesty. Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I'm almost certain that he did stitch him up with what he was saying to Mark. And I'm not Mark's biggest fan, but it was just filthy, like the stuff that was being said about Mark's daughters and stuff like that. No need. Yeah. Oh, well, I hope so. The thing about that bloke is he's got an advantage on all of us. He lives in Thailand. And I said this to him from the get-go. He could be, I know he struggles to walk, but he could be out pointing and shooting his camera, doing stuff, heaps of good places around there. And there's lots of blokes in Pattaya that do it. You've got Eminem Bar Mark, you've got the guy that owns that Breakfast Club Facebook page. He puts out good content. You know, Nick's one of the OGs. Mac, all these, you know, and they're pretty popular guys. They've got bars and businesses, but there's lots of people that live in Pats that just put out good Pats content. You know, and there's blokes. The bloke I give a massive shout out to is Rocket Travels in Wahin. He's a pommy fella. His stuff's good. Got the OG in Wahin, Johnny. There's something happening. That's the kind of stuff that you do. You don't have to be, you know, like Nick's pretty flash with his editing and stuff, but you don't have to be. You can point and shoot. Yeah, that's it, Stu. But the sad thing is, for that bloke, it doesn't have to be that way. You could be, you know, you can be out and about. You know, you don't need to walk around that much. You could go do food reviews. And as I said this morning, food reviews are the bloody easiest thing to do. You know, and people watch them. People want to, especially in Pattaya, there's a real thing about Falang food. You know, do I watch Pommy Blue? No, I've kind of heard of him and I've heard of Darren John, but they're not really people I watch. The Pattaya people that I watch is like, you know, your Nicks and your Max and stuff like that. And the Breakfast Club dude, he's really good. And a little bit of Buzzin'. And Mark as well. I watch a bit of his stuff. I find that I think his name's Trev from Buzz. He puts, thing with him is he puts out informational stuff. You know, Mac's good. Mac's I find him really quirky and really, a lot of his content fast paced. Lovely fella in person. Met him my first night in Pattaya. Went to the bar, had a bit of a drink. Second night, I was in bar 7 with a couple of friends and with Nick. No, his name's Welsh Boy Webby. He's good. He puts out good content. I just find with Webby, I've got to turn the volume up because his voice is so croaky. He's good. He did some funny stuff. He went to that soy that has those really dirty gentlemen's clubs, and the way he explained it was pretty good, talking about half a game of pool and a full game of pool. I would have liked to have met Webby. I actually thought he might have been at Maggie Mays Go-Go's opening, but he wasn't, unfortunately. But yeah, you know, that's the kind of content. Anyone, you know, if I'm not going to watch someone on their balcony or in their kitchen in Thailand, because I could watch someone, you know, let's be honest. That's what Steph did. Steph did that in Belgium. It's been done before. Rest in peace, Steph. You weren't my mate, but you still went way too soon. You know, been there, done that, got the postcard. You know, even another late great one taken way too soon. Steady Eddie. Eddie used to do them from home. So that's been done before. You got to do something different, man. You know, like, I don't really think anyone. This is like, I know people do driving streams. I just do the commute. You know, I give you a bit of content on the way to work. Sometimes on the way home. It just depends how I feel. if there's a podcast I really want to listen to, well, I'm not going to do these. You know, like if something Ben, oh no, Ben's not live in India, is he? Charlie's in India. But even Charlie, right? And Charlie's a good fellow. I met Charlie. Charlie did his best stuff not live streaming. Before Charlie got kicked out of Thailand for his overstay, he was one of the OGs. He used to just point and shoot. You know, and he'd vlog, and he was bloody good at it, was old cheap Charlie. Put a lot of good stuff out, and yes, to me, streaming, if you're going to do, I just think it's too easy and it's too lazy, where you do it, you know, and I guess to a certain point the shorts are as well, the 3-minute shorts, but if you got to think out a vlog and plan it, you know, like, walk and talk's not so much, or you got to plan what you're going to go and what you're going to talk about, but, you know, just a little bit more, and you're given a little bit more content, like, I think that's where a lot of these streams have come down to people talking shit about other people, because there's only so much you can talk about on a stream. If that makes sense. We're going to wrap up in a minute. I'm almost at home, going to cook some dinner. Because the big dog's got to eat. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's where the genre is saying. It becoming... You know, I hear people talk about, oh, you know, the real Thai genre. Like, the Thai genre was never live streaming, people. You know, the only live streaming in this genre used to be Talkback Thailand, back when it was good, when Suckerhorn was on it, and you had, you know, Kev used to do the occasional live stream before he became a Gronk, Pumpui Palang. You know, but he was talking. Pumpui used to, when he did it, before he went full Gronk, he used to talk about Thailand and what he was doing. You know, Simon as well. That was the real Thai genre, not these, and it was more than just, the Thai genre was more about, you know, going to patio and having a body count and who I can bath on, you know, which, you know, that was like the bloke in Sunderland who thought that it was quite socially acceptable to post to YouTube getting filleted, you know, and this guy judges other people. Like, mate, have a good look at yourself, mate. You know who I'm talking about, Mark. You know I'm talking to you, son. You know, you'll know moral compass is this genre, you know, and you'll know one to say who should or shouldn't be in it, mate, because you're pathetic. You know, for you to think that was quite okay, you disgust me. Anyway, we're going to wrap up very shortly, good people. I've had my little rant. We've gone for just under 40 minutes, which is about me done. So there we go. We're going to call it a stream. Remember, if in doubt, pull out, Cambo out. Have a good night, people. Take care.